really doing that team project actually helped me till today. It works so because I work with different people from Slovakia, people from Croatia, people from Netherlands, different people, different people. So, and they all think differently. So working with this team helped me to understand their different backgrounds, helped me to understand how people are wired, helped me to understand their thinking. So which is also helping me today in my office, because I work with people from different backgrounds. And hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl back again into another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Princess and I document about my life here in Poland. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, nice to see you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for clicking. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I survived my first year here in Poland as a student. I'm discussing this topic because I got several questions. First, in the video where I talked about admissions in Poland, and also in the video where I talked about best universities to move to. So I got a couple of questions, people asking me how I adapted to this place. I was able to graduate with good grades and things like that. So I assume that these people are just new people moving to Poland and have no friends and have no knowledge of this system. So this is why they're asking this question. So if you're part of the people that ask this question, please keep watching, and I'm going to share my own story of how I actually survived my first year here in Poland. So before I start, I'm going to put out a disclaimer, and I'm going to just say this is my own personal experience. This was how I was able to adapt, and this was how I was able to do the things that I did to achieve the result that I did achieve. So let me start. So like, how would I don't know if I just give steps or I should tell it as a story time. Maybe story time. So I'll start by saying that, by the time I came to Poland, I actually didn't really know anybody apart from my friend here who actually introduced me to Princesschichi, which was where I studied. So I studied in Princesschichi and I didn't actually have anybody. I didn't know anybody here. If you have watched my videos on things I wish I knew before coming to Poland, the link might be here. You will hear me say this. I've said this in that video. So I didn't really know anybody. So the first fear I had was actually not the language, not the word, and everything. Was just making friends afresh, new friends and all of that. And because I just finished my bachelor's and I didn't even wait a while, after my bachelor's, I just moved to Poland. So it was a new and a very different environment for me, like totally a different environment. Comparing here and Nigeria, the learning environment is quite different. So, but what I said to myself that I need to know what I have come here to do. First of all, the school fees is super expensive, and I'm not going to come and fail in front of all these people. So I decided that, okay, I'm going to give it my best. That was the first determination, that I determined that whatever it is, I'm going to give it my best to pass. So that was the first thing that I decided that, okay, I'm here to study, then I'm going to focus on that. So that was the first thing. The second thing was then there was like different way of teaching. So they have to after teach, maybe during the teaching, then there'll be small groups for small talks, like workshops that we call it, but it's different. So there are different workshops. So when I was talking with different groups, I saw people that our personality might match. So I was just clicking with them, trying to make friends with them. So the second thing I did was to make friends with people that I know that knows the system more than I do. These people already studied here in Europe. Carolina already did her bachelor's also in English, so she knows the system here. When I mean system, the educational system. So you know how it works, you know the in and out, what is expected. So I had to make friends with such people so that they can put me through. So I joined different groups, like they will give you a workshop to do. So your group will have to take a topic, discuss about it. There's an issue, because I studied management, so there's always a case study. So during this case study, we have to talk about this case study and then present a solutions or something like that. So during this time, I was trying to also be active, and also trying to know the type of people I would like to associate myself with to also help me. So when I decided the set of friends I wanted to have, to be honest, I was the only black girl, so there was basically no black girl in my class apart from Praise. Hi Praise. Praise was in accounting and I was in social science, so I was in management. So it was just I and Praise, and I and Praise, we don't even see each other like month. So it was just me basically. So I decided to have an open mind. So one thing I would say to you when you're coming, be ready to learn, be ready to relearn. That's how I would put it. Be ready to relearn what you have learned before. Like, I would give it kudos to Nigeria, kudos to the school I went. There was nothing they were saying in the class that I don't have already a little bit of clue of, because I've been taught about it. But the difference was that we were basically taught with American books and English books. And here in Poland, they actually have their European books. They have their own different case studies. So when it comes to management, so we had Harry Farrell as our own studies, and as our own case study, as his own management styles and all this kind of thing. They have difference here. So I had to put myself within the people that already know that. So when they're talking, I was also learning. So first thing I did was to decide what I wanted for myself. Secondly, to choose a good clique that I know that they know how to have fun and at the same time study. The third thing I did was to relearn what have been taught. Like in Nigeria, for example, we have computer labs. If you're in Nigeria, you know we have computer labs. We have computer labs, but let me tell you the truth. The time we use the computer lab might be 3 times before the end of the semester, or 3 times in a year. So, but here, even as the professor is teaching, you can even have a laptop and be making your notes. And that's even another story. I brought my pen and paper, and at the end of the day, I didn't even see what I wrote, because actually there's a presentation. Like, the teachers have a presentation, and after the classes, they can either send it to your email and share it within the students, so you don't even have to write that much. You can take some notes because there's some things that the lecturer, the professor, that's what they use here, the professor might say that are not in the presentation. So those ones you might write them down. But to be honest, they send you presentations so that you could study. Which is also a way that will also make you lazy, because if you're used to writing and keeping notes, and now they just send you a note and you're like, okay, I can read it later. So me personally, for first semester, after the classes, I was trying no matter how, because first semester I didn't do anything. I was just studying. So after the classes, I have to make sure I go through those presentations to make sure, okay, that I understood what he's saying, or read the ones I could read and things like that. So I was basically, after the class, I have to go back and read and check the presentations to see what I need to pick from there and something like that, especially those 3 weeks that I was adjusting to the system. So when I had to relearn what I've learned, was that I had to learn how to actually make my laptop, my computer, my best friend. Because yeah, we were always writing with pen and paper. We also, some schools in Nigeria also made use of their laptops all the time. But my own school, to be honest, even though one of the things you have to bring when you're coming to school were your laptops, but we used it just a few times. So that was like the first thing I got used to, using my laptop to make my notes and trying to create. Yeah, because for sure, like in a week, you can give like 2-3 presentations. You can have your groups to have a case, and after studying a case study for you to solve, and after solving it, your group might say, oh Princess, you are the one to present this, so you can make the PowerPoint, you'll be the one that will present it. So in Nigeria, yes, I presented 10 papers, but no, just few times, not really all the time. But here, like speaking in front of people from different culture, different backgrounds. Yeah, I had people from, when people say I'm from Slovakia, I'm from, I don't know all the places. So for me, it was like first thing. So I needed to speak in a way and present myself also in a way that other people will also understand my presenting the show. So that was another thing that I did. After relearning the things that I was taught before, another thing I did was to be very active in class. I'm a very open person. I'm always very talkative, and my class were always very interesting, guys. I have to, not always, some were interesting. Some teachers were better than some, but I was always very active. I'm the only black girl, so if any teacher comes inside and don't see me, that means they know I am not in the classroom. So second thing was, third or fourth thing I did was I decided to be sure that I go to class every day. Like, even if I'm sick, even if I'm weak, I need to be in class, because here your class is 80%. When even in Nigeria they tell you 80%, but you can still get your way around it. But here is, when they mean 80%, it's 80%. So I was attending class and being active. Yes, guys, you have to be very active, even though you don't know what you're saying. You think you don't know what you're saying, but nothing is so stupid. Like, you can be very active in class. Read your case studies before you come to the class, for those that have management classes. So for those that have sciences, I'm sure there are other things that you need to do. So because when you read these case studies, you are able to contribute in the classroom. You will not just be looking lost. Yeah, you'll be able to know what is what, who said what happened, and also drive your own conclusion that you can also present to the teacher or something. So I became very active in class. I wouldn't say I was very active when it comes to student affairs, like when it comes to student affairs, when it comes to Erasmus and things like that. I couldn't go for Erasmus because then I had to work so that I could also pay for my part of my school fees and also take care of myself, my rent and all this kind of thing. So I couldn't go for Erasmus. But apart from that, I had the best clique. I had the best group that knows how to have fun and also knows how to study, and also motivates you to do something meaningful with your life. Because when you're meeting together, oh, I actually applied for this job, oh, I applied this. So they were motivating to me, and I actually liked that I joined that group. So we could, first semester was all studying, and I was serious because I needed to know how things were done. So after that, being active in class, I also made sure that I was attending classes. And another thing that I did was I asked a lot of questions. Guys, when they say, because when sometimes there's this class, I think economics, and when they were discussing economics, they were discussing the European economy. For me, I don't know anything about the European economy. I could say about Nigerian, about American economy, but I have no clue about European economy. So whatever they were saying then was just like new for me. Yes, it was totally new. So, but I had to ask questions. Yeah, had to ask even the ones that I felt was stupid, but I had to ask. And while I was asking, I was understanding so many things that I was understanding. Okay, why this is this, why this is that. And I wasn't shy at all. So I know from Nigeria, we're always very shy. We don't want to look stupid, and that's why we don't want to ask. But man, guys, just ask. I had one friend like that. Even after classes, when they ask us to do some things, I still have to, Alex, if you're watching this video, I need to keep asking him. He's from France. I keep asking him. And sometimes he got tired of me, but still, man, this is what is this. I'm here to get this. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask as much as you can. So another thing that actually helped me was being able to actually have my own time, to read my own time, apart from when is the general time to read it. So like I said, after the classes, when I go home, I actually go through my notes to read, to see what happened, and also being able to have a lot of resources. That I'm actually going to do this like part 2, guys. I'm going to talk about my things that I'm going to talk about the things that actually faced my challenges that I faced, and then now how I actually survived my first year in school. So this is first and then second. So I had a lot of resources that I didn't even know how to use, so I had to kind of find a way to use them. So I wasn't the library kind of type. Okay, during exam time, yes, I go to the library, I read, I study, I take books. But during the normal time, I just study on my own. I studied the presentations and all that. I was always ready to go for the class, so that, because it's just random thing, they can just point at you, and I think the most thing was, I don't want to embarrass myself. So for me not to embarrass myself, that means I have to be ready for the class. So another thing that actually helped me was a team project. I'll call it team project, because also there's a time that you have a team, like I said before, that you have a team project that your team are supposed to, for example, my most amazing project that I did was finding a social business, when I mean economic business for your country or for a state or something like that. A social business is different from other businesses, if you guys can understand. So, and my team and I did something very interesting, and we used Nigeria's case study. It was the best. I actually still have that proposal till now. And yeah, Tiffany, I'm going to ask for your for your signature, so I can use the proposal one time soon. So, but I really liked it. So being active in a team project, it really matters, because the truth is that after this project, the professor is going to give all of you a note to actually write, what did this person do, what did you do, what do you think you can give to this person. So if you're the kind of person that you don't do your part, you don't even contribute, say, oh, it's not a team project, they will do it now. Nobody's going to do it. These people, everybody's on their own. Like, they will come, they will share the thing. Okay, you do this one, you do this one. At this time, you should send it. I mean, not everybody sends it at the same time, but still, you being able to do your part and do it well really matters. So, really doing that team project actually helps me till today. It works. So, because I worked with different people from Slovakia, people from Croatia, people from Netherlands, different people. So, and they all think differently. So working with this team helped me to understand their different backgrounds, helped me to understand how people are wired, helped me to understand their thinking. So which is also helping me today in my office, because I work with people from different backgrounds. And not the least, what really helped me was, like I said, I was open-minded. I was really eager to travel. So traveling was one thing I really wanted to do. At the time, I didn't have much money, but I was able to actually save some time to just travel with friends, and just because apart from classroom learning, traveling also makes you understand the country, the continent you are actually, the people you are meeting. It actually makes you learn more than even the classroom setting. So I traveled, then I haven't started doing YouTube, so I traveled quite a lot with my friends, and that was very good for me. That actually made me enjoy my time during my studies. And also another thing, that I was also very sociable. I have to say it, I was very sociable. I was going out, hanging out with friends, I was just hanging out, getting into the people and getting into the culture. So that actually also helped me. So, and most importantly is that the group of people that I was moving around with is that when it's time for exams, man, it's time for exams. See, those 1 week, 2 weeks is lockdown. It's study to pass, study to do your best and things like that. And also why I also like the system here is that it allows you to actually write your exams possibly 2 times. There's what they call a week before the exam. So if you are able to write a week before the exam week, so if you're able to write your exam, let's say this week, and you pass, when it's exam week, you might not even really write it again. However, but if you write it now and you fail, you still have another chance to rewrite it during the exam week. So with that time, you might pass. So then if you now fail during the exam time, that's when you can now pay for a retake. But I think I only did a retake one. That was my statistics. I think I have 3.5 and I wanted 4, and I didn't get it, and I wanted 4 because I am not good in math, that I can say. But there was an opportunity for me to improve, and I was actually Shout out to Tiffany and Carolina. They were always teaching me statistics. And yeah, that's it. That was how I was able to survive. That was how I was able to survive. I was able to relearn what I've taught. I was able to be open-minded, to learn from people around me. I wasn't afraid of making mistakes. I was asking questions as much as possible. I was active. Everybody knows Princess. Everybody knows Princess. I had my hair then, and everybody knows Princess. Like, if you come and ask where's Princess, everybody say Princess. Everybody knows me. So yeah, I was very active. And yeah, and I also created time for myself to study alone and also learn by myself. So I'm sure that if you're new to Poland and you're getting into the system like this and you're scared, don't worry. Just do a few of these things that I've mentioned and you will be fine. And that is it, guys. That is my experience. Let me know yours in the comments section. If you're new to Poland and you're here to study, let me know. Or even if you're not new, what are the things you did differently when you first moved to Poland while you're studying? And not even just Poland, maybe anywhere you are watching this video. Let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.